Welcome! This is a different kind of video.
I just want to say, spoilers for FNAF 1 and 2, the movies.
I want to break down why the FNAF movies might end up having more depth than the games themselves. Let's start with the Afton kids for right now. Because something about them in the FNAF movies just doesn't sit right with me. In the games, William Afton has 3 kids. But in the movies, so far, we've only clearly seen 2, Vanessa and Michael. And that's not a mistake. I think William still has 3 kids in the movie timeline. It's just that 2 of them are already dead. Now stick with me! Hold! That might sound a little stupid. Vanessa is still alive. And no, I don't think she's a robot. Instead, I think Vanessa was kidnapped to replace the death of Elizabeth Afton. Think about it. In the second movie, Circus Baby's eyes are already lit up. That usually means one thing in FNAF: possession. So, why would an old abandoned animatronic suddenly activate just because a kid bumped into it? It wouldn't, unless someone was already inside. That explains why William kept Circus Baby hidden. Just like in the games, Circus Baby was watching him melt down animatronics in the corner of the room. But Vanessa looks eerily similar to Elizabeth. That could be what's going on. Vanessa could look almost identical to Elizabeth, the daughter who was scooped by Circus Baby. And if William lost Elizabeth, it would make sense he'd try to replace her because he's crazy. Now let's move on to the second child, Dave, the crying child. Despite what the name says, the bite of 87, it's actually the bite of 83, caused by Michael Afton. Michael and his friends were bullying Dave, pushing him too far. Dave's tears caused Fredbear's jaw to snap shut. And that right there explains something important. If Elizabeth or her replacement Vanessa became William's favorite, then Dave was the failure. So, if William replaced Elizabeth, why wouldn't he replace Dave too? Enter Garrett. I think the first movie secretly showed us Dave's replacement being taken. Mike's brother Garrett. Garrett mirrors the crying child in a really specific way. Dave had his toys, the bug, the robot, the blue phone. Garrett had his airplane. It's not the same. But in the FNAF movies, things are never the same. They're just close enough. See, and what if, when we finally meet Dave in the movies, he looks like Garrett? That would explain why William kidnapped him. But if Garrett was anything like Mike, stubborn, annoying, never saying no, then William may have just killed him, given him away, or let him die. Either way, Garrett disappears just like Dave. Now the third and final Afton child, Michael. And this is where things get dark, like insanely dark. I think Michael was indirectly responsible for both of his siblings' deaths. He bullied David, and with Elizabeth, we know William warned her to stay away from Circus Baby. But what if Elizabeth begged Michael to let her get closer? Michael gives in. William finds out Now William hasn't lost one child, he lost two. So he punishes Michael. He locks him in a room where William puts his mistakes, and one of his mistakes is entered. And over time, Michael becomes something else entirely. A broken man slowly turning into a second purple guy, which would explain how he acts in the second movie. Now, let's move on to Henry Emily. Played by Skeet. Skeet plays Henry, the father of Charlotte Emily. In the movies, Charlotte shares the same name. While her age is different, her role is not. Henry is always working, always busy, so instead of watching Charlotte himself, I believe he builds something to do it for him, the puppet. Charlotte loves the puppet. It's made with her favorite colors after all.
I recognize you.
It gives her the attention her father doesn't.
Afraid of you.
But here's the
Not
twist.
anymore.
William wanted Charlotte dead
The
as a
others
way to
are
get
under
back at
my
her father.
protection.
Henry, who took his ideas, refined them, and made them better. And that betrayal hurt. He believes the reason why his son Dave is dead is because of Henry,
They're like animals.
and because William was the one who originally created Fredbear and not some trash nightmare. But there's another twist. At some point, the puppet stops William from killing her. That makes her a threat. William doesn't ignore threats, he eliminates them. So he traps the puppet on a timer, just like in the games. Then to send a message, William makes sure Charlotte sees him take another child to the back, and then kills her instead, right in front of the people she hates most. The puppet tries to save her, stops her from falling, holding her body, refusing to let her fall, not just because it's programmed to protect her, but because it failed. And that failure changes everything, because from that moment on, the story of FNAF isn't just about haunted animatronics. It's about replacement. It's about loss. And a man keeps trying and failing to rebuild the family he destroyed. But I'm no Toy Bonnie. But hey, that's just a theory, a FNAF theory.